Hello, welcome to this tutorial on creating histogram with Excel. Histograms are fundamental when you are dealing with quantitative variables because you want to look at the histogram to see what kind of distribution the data has. And in Excel, it's very easy to create a histogram. So here we have a data set that has 1,000,001 data points. I would say it's 1 million data points, and the title data is the 1,000,001 point. And on the bar below, you can see that the average is 9.99, and the total sum is certainly very huge. So how are you going to create a histogram? So what you do is you select it, then go to Insert, and then click on the histogram icon. And that creates a histogram for you. Okay. And sometimes the histogram might be too bunched in or too spread out. And the way to customize it is to click with right click on the histogram and then go to Format Data Series. And in the Format Data Series, you can decide how many bins you want. So you can put the number of bins. And here there's 246 bins. So that's why you are getting a very nice normal distribution curve. Let's say that if I put, what would happen if I just put 5? You see? Yeah, you still have it, but you can see it. So I'll go back to 300. Great. And the overflow bin, underflow bin, don't worry too much about it. The reason is that these are so that rather than going very tiny all the way, you decide at what point that you want to bunch all of these points below a certain point, and that will be underflow bin. And same here, at what point below that you want to bunch all of those frequencies into one, and that's overflow bin. So if I put the underflow bin, you will see that you get suddenly one big peak here because this has captured everything below. And if I put the overflow bin, you can see then there's another blip going up because it has captured all the small numbers coming at that number and further up. So I will take them out. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is that obviously you can change the titles by clicking on it. Okay. Yeah, I will just say data. And so the other thing that you might want to know is what's the height of each columns. And you can add labels to these columns, but the thing is that because there are so many that you will get all bunched up, you will not be able to see. So the way to get a summary is to highlight it, then go to Insert, and then go to Pivot Table. And so this is the pivot table. You click on the data and you put the data to the row. You pull the data, yeah, and then also to the values. Okay, there are two of them, so I can just get rid of one of it. And here what I want is a count, not sum. Yeah, sorry. So here I put count, and so now so these are the data. So there's only one of 1.41866. There's only one of 1.4534. So what we want to do is, let's say we want to group it. Let's say we group it into 15 bins, 15 widths. So what we just have to do is just click on one of the numbers and then click to say group. And then you say it's one increment by one, they will say yes. And if you click OK, you see now you have got a summary. So we now know from 1.41 to 2.41 there are 72. For example, at 7.41 to 8.41 you have got pretty much 246 So you have got 116,433. It's grouped it nicely. The problem is that the group of 1.418662 2.41866 just doesn't make any sense. So how can we change it? So we once again right click on any of those cells and then go to group, and then what we do is that we change the start from 0, we go to the end to 20 and increase the increment by 1 for each bin, and when we click it, it should now, you see, between 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So this is much more meaningful. So you have seen in this tutorial how to create a histogram and how to then also get a summary table. Whenever you ever get a data that is quantitative, before you do statistical analysis, have a look to see with a histogram what type of distribution it is. It gives you a lot more idea before you use the test, because if you know what the distribution and then use the test, then the interpretation is meaningful. Otherwise, you might not know what the distribution is, and then you might go and do a test that's inappropriate. So thank you very much. I hope you found it useful. Wishing you a good day.